Good evening. My name is Odie Hawkins, and once again, we're meeting and greeting you one whole day after the day we were supposed to meet, which is Monday yesterday. But as you can look around and see, things are not in their usual situation.
Let me go ask our neighbor to turn her radio down, okay?
Hey,
Okay.
why is that up so loud like that? Why is it? I mean, why can't we have some peace and quiet when we get ready to do these readings? There's always somebody playing something too loud or something. But I don't care. I'll just deal with it. For those who've been following this, you'll know that I've been reading excerpts from these books. We came up with a cyber corner sales pitch, which was to sell 38 books right here on this street corner.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do it.
Yes.
Oh, I said we are going to start introducing the person who is co-doing it with me.
Yes.
This is Zola Salena-Hawkins,
Hello.
who just ran in from a Tai Chi class she was teaching,
Yes.
which explains, there you go. Oh, I get it now. That's why you always come in. Oh, sorry. That's why you always come in to class with all these extravagant clothes and stuff.
Well, we're working on it.
Well,
Thank you for appreciating.
well, okay. What I'm going to do here is something that is going to take place in a very short period of time.
Okay.
Because I don't think I need to just run it into the ground.
Let me remind you, go get you some libation or a little snack and to enjoy while you watch our video. Okay? Christmas and holidays are coming, so you might want to buy an Odie Hawkins book.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Thank you.
I like it very much.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to read and let you understand what is happening based on the reading. Clyde Johnson, better known as Bop Daddy, to the hundreds of gangbangers he used to lead and hang out with, stared at the scenes on the television, fascinated. Where's the police? The television reporter circling Florence and Normandy in the Channel 7 news copper echoed Bop's thought question. Where are the police? The police are nowhere to be seen. Motorists are being pulled from their vehicles by roving groups of young black men and women and beaten. A truck driver is sprawled on the ground next to his vehicle. He's been brutally beaten and stomped. Several other motorists driving through this intersection of Florence and Normandy in the heart of South Central Los Angeles have been assaulted by young blacks. There appears to be a racially motivated pattern to these attacks. This is Bob Murphy reporting to you from the Channel 7 news copter. Now back to the studio. Joanne, Fred? Bob flicked past channels 9 through 13 and back to channels 2, 5, and 9, and finally back to channel 7 again. Where's the police? The police have not arrived on the scene as of yet, and it is a well-known fact that Chief Darrell Gates set aside $1 million overtime contingency fund for just such an emergency as this. Where are the police? Bob stood with his fists on his hips, mesmerized by the sight of the roving gangs of mostly young black men and women shifting from one side of the street to the other. The liquor store on the northeast corner of the intersection was being looted. Bob backed away from the television, turned the corner to go into the kitchen for a Beck's beer. Uh-oh. Them young niggas and got hold of that fire water now. He propped himself up on his Uncle David's chair, sipping his beer, alternating his urges. That was in unison.
Yes.
Damn, I bet Skateboard, Bone, Big Fool, and the rest of them are down there, or they're trying to get down there. Wish I was there. He leaned forward to stare at the figures racing around on the wide screen. Color TV makes everything look like fun. No police. How? They could shut this shit down right now if they wanted to. Wonder why they're not putting a muscle on. The Watts riot was taking place May 1992. The earlier Watts riot had been revoked. This was clearly a riot happening. Bob leaned back into his chair, sipped his beer, and stared out of the sliding picture window to his left. Torrance, 222nd Street. 228th Street, California. The low stand of mint next to the cactus was a deep green. He had dried some and mixed it with his marijuana a few times. The figs were ripe. The tangerines and oranges were sweetening on the trees. It was a sunny day. 6 months ago, I would have been right down there in the middle of all that craziness. He sipped his beer and checked the wall clock. Uncle David and Aunt Lulu would be pulling up in a couple of hours, loaded with goodies. He looked around the living room for something to do. There wasn't a hell of a lot of housework to do with 3 neat adults on the premises, especially the way Aunt Lulu could take a broom, a mop, and a dish rag once a week, which gave Bob days of watching the soaps, the talk shows, the news. Sweet people, Uncle David and Aunt Lulu. Now let's get something straight right off the bat. I'm your uncle. You Marvina's boy. God bless her soul. And I want to see that you have the best you can have in this life. You're 21 years old already. And you ain't done shit with your life but fuck it up. Dave, don't talk to the boy like that. It's all right, Aunt Lulu. He's right. I need to hear this. Go ahead on. Tell me like it is. Uncle David was famous for the overkill speech. All right now. Like I was saying, you ain't done shit with your life so far, but fuck it up. You was effing it up in Chicago when you was 9 or 10, and you ain't done a hell of a lot better since your ass got out here. Uncle David could get to the core of things faster than most people. Bob flashed on the image of himself effing up in Chicago, playing hooky, stealing, getting caught, worrying mama to death with all kinds of negative shit. Yeah, you're right. You got out here where a nigga at least has a decent chance, and you kept on effing up. You wanted the box, but you didn't want to train. So them little wetbacks wiped the ring with your ass. You thought you wanted to be a big-time pimp, drug dealer, but the cops outsmarted you because they got computers and shit. Now then, I'm going to tell you something you may already know. The only game in town is money. M-O-N-E-Y. And if you don't have any, your own mama don't like you. Now then, there's only a few days to get money, a few ways to get money. You can work for it, like me and your Aunt Lulu. You can inherit, which ain't nobody never done in our family so far, or you can steal it. The best way is to work for it. You know why? If you sit around on your ass waiting for somebody to die, they may not leave you shit anyway.
Hello.
Amen.
Amen on that.
And if you think you're smart enough to get away with stealing, well, just take a look at prisons. You just had your share of that, I hope. Bet you every one of those dudes thought they could get away with stealing.
Always.
But they so now they doing time. They doing time.
Pay for the crime. You have to
Don't do no
time.
time. Don't do no crime if you can't pay no time. Bob smiled in memory of his uncle's speech, of the memory of Aunt Lou's head tilted back on the sofa, glasses on the tip of her nose, sound asleep. Where's the police? He gulped the last quarter of the beer and leaned forward to circle the channels again. The South Central Los Angeles reactions to the Rodney King verdict of not guilty for the 4 white cops accused of beating a black man senseless was heating up. Bob watched the flames shooting out of the car that had wandered into the riot zone. Uh-oh, here we go, the fire. Oh.
Yes, please. Thank you.
He strolled into the kitchen, opened the refrigerator door, and quickly pulled another Bex from the box. He forced himself to ignore the pies, ham, packages of salami, leftover buckets of dried fried chicken, potato salad, half gallons of ice cream. He was trying to keep his weight down to 165. I work for my living, and I like pork chops. Don't we, Lou? Always have. They worked hard, a mailman and a grammar school teacher. They know as much about sin in the 4th grade as they'll ever know these days. They had offered him the opportunity to live with him for a few months to pull his act together. Now, Bob, you got to understand, we love you. You're the only nephew your uncle has out here in California, and we want to see you make something out of yourself. I hope you take any Lulus to heart, because we're too old to be trying to track you down at night, make sure you're not using dope or selling dope or stealing or running around with the rest of them crazy fools and Watts. You either decide you're going to pull it together here, go to school, get a job or whatever, or move on. You understand what I'm saying? I read it loud and clear, loud and clear. The telephone rang and jarred, and John jangled his hand on the beer bottle. Hello? Hey, Bob, that you? Bones' heavy grain voice came at him. Who the fuck you calling? Bone cracked up. He was a freak for Bob's offbeat sense of humor. He gave him a few minutes of laughter. Sounds like he's clearing his fucking throat when he laughs. Well, come on, motherfucker, speak. It took Bone a few more seconds of hacking, coughing, laughing before he could answer. Man, you still out of your skull, you know that? Yeah, I know, Bone. What's happening? What about this shit going down, man? What we gonna do? What you mean, what we gonna do? Well, you know what I mean, what the bricks gonna do. You called the wrong brother home. I cut the bricks loose 6 months ago, remember? Oh, come on, Bob. Let's cut the bullshit, man. You the top brick. You're the top brick. Bone, listen to me close, man. Listen to me close. I was the top brick, dig it? I was. He gently replaced the receiver in its tall wall cradle and stood in place, sipping a brew, feeling half an urge to call Bone back, one of the top level bricks he had made, and felt half disgusted. Why can't these motherfuckers think of nothing to do on their own? Why does someone always have to be calling me, asking me what should we do? Bob, couple of things you got to understand. Most people are just milling around like sheep, waiting for someone to lead them somewhere. They're natural followers, most people. Oh, come on, Chester, I don't believe that. If it wasn't true, you wouldn't be doing time in here for leading a gang through South Central Los Angeles, inciting a riot. I was framed. I didn't do nothing. Sure you did. You led 153 young brothers in a protest march from Century and Main to Imperial Boulevard. Somebody had to do it, man. Why did it have to be you? The car pulled up into the driveway. Uncle David and Aunt Lou were home.
Hallelujah.
The riot was 4 hours old and had spread from Florence and Normandy to Manchester and Vermont and points in between. Uncle David and Aunt Lulu had a precision home schedule. He left the Beverly Hills post office at 2:30 p.m., picked his wife up at the Progressive School on Pico and Overland Boulevard at 3:50 p.m., and on the days when they didn't stop for fresh supplies of top-grade steaks, farm-raised catfish, steak-sized pork chops,
Gotcha.
top-of-the-line poultry, cakes, pies, and other goodies, they were easing into the driveway by 10 to 4. Ain't too much a poor man can do except be good. I never heard of a dollar bill that filled up a man's gut or stopped him from feeling thirsty. Or stopped him from feeling thirsty. Uncle David had an answer for most of the questions that the world seemed to want answers for. If you want to get something, to get somewhere or do something, the first thing you have to do is get up off your ass and move.
Thank you. Always. Always.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Bob peeped out of the window, his stirred Becks in hand, and smiled as he watched his uncle and aunt get out of the car. They were massive people. Uncle David, at 6'1", carried a 285 pound sumo wrestler's belly in front of him. Aunt Lulu matched her man's bulk with her own 5'8", 200 well-packed pounds. She was, as the saying put it, full up front and ample behind.
Hello.
And they had to lean back in the late model car, get their thick legs on the ground, and then edge out of the vehicle. He had seen both of them struggle to ease from behind the wheel at least 3 or 4 times. On one occasion, he thought he'd have to help Aunt Lulu wedge free, but she made it without his help. They were 51 and 49.
Not that old.
And that's right. And Lou sometimes pushed back to 46. Solid, quiet, moving people who paid their dues, didn't take any guff from anybody, and was determined to live what they call the good life.
Hello.
Everybody has to do with what they think is right. They worked, ate, watched television, and on special occasions went out for a lobster dinner on the pier at Redondo Beach.
Nice.
What them young niggas doing now? Uncle David wedged himself in front of Bob to stare at the helicopters whirling over the sections of Los Angeles that were being set on fire. Aunt Lou headed straight for their bedroom to change into her house clothes, a pair of jogging pants and a t-shirt labeled "Eat Succotash."
Hello.
Eat Succotash. Bob puzzled over the message every time he saw her with the t-shirt on. She had another favor that he felt he understood. It must be jam, 'cause jelly don't shake like this. It must be jam, 'cause jelly don't shake like this.
What's this drink?
Excuse me?
What is this drink?
The drink you had? I think it's tequila.
No, I don't drink tequila.
Oh.
Ginger pineapple?
Ginger pineapple.
Oh, okay. Ginger pineapple. Sounds good. Okay.
Nice, huh?
Okay,
I thought you did.
nice.
She headed from the bedroom to the kitchen to bang some pots together as Uncle David passed her in the hallway on his way to put his house clothes on. A pair of flip-flops, a pair of cut-off jeans, and a sweatshirt. We heard about this stuff on the radio company. What's happening now? Aunt Lou was in the kitchen banging pots together, which meant on this particular evening, steaks, baked potatoes, string beans with ham hocks, boiled corn with plenty of butter, huge steins of Pepsi, the apple cobbler for dessert, with or without ice cream. Bob smiled, sipped his beer, listened to the familiar kitchen sound. Well, looks like LA is about to get a hot foot. Uncle David tripped through the kitchen for a quick ham sandwich and tied him over till dinner and slumped into his tidy, sturdy TV chair for his nightly commentary on the news. No, I knew they knew that was going to happen.
Right.
I almost think it was planned.
Exactly.
Bob stared at his uncle across the room for a minute. The brother could be somewhat contradictory at times. There were times when he sounded anti-African American. He still said niggers a lot.
Okay.
But his actions blew holes in his words. He gave money to African American educational funds, supported a number of black-oriented charity agencies, and was generally open to any legitimate black grievance, but his fund of niggerizations was vast and deep. What makes you think it was planned, huh? Yeah, just look at the pattern. There ain't no random fires being set. We're looking at pros at work. See how the fire is being sucked into that building? Bob stared at the huge department store in Vermont and Manchester. See the way that fire is burning? If you just had a bunch of silly niggas flinging bottles full of cleaning fluid in there, you'd have a spotty fire. Them is real fires with firestorms set off from the center. Bob couldn't really figure out exactly what his uncle was talking about, but he could see the effect. Yeah, I see what you mean. 35 minutes later. Come on, eat, honey. Bob, I hope you don't want none of this meat food, do you? Meat food, he's a vegetarian. That's what they always joke with him about having meat food. I ate already, Aunt Lou. I walked down to the Thai place and had some noodles. Uncle David rolled his eyes to the ceiling on his way to the kitchen table. He didn't have a lot of regard for a man who would turn down a fair-sized porterhouse steak. Didn't have too much respect for him.
I can understand.
Aunt Lou echoed her husband's thought with her secret chuckle. Keep on eating them noodles and your eyes gonna get slanted. They shared the usual laughter about their nephew's eating habits. The laughter was their way of telling him, we're for you, even if you eat noodles.
Family. That's good. I like that.
He felt half an urge to talk to them once again about the benefits of proper diet, something he had picked up from one of the hippest and wisest dudes he had ever met. They pulled up on each other in the Chino minimum security iron yard. Now look at these idiots, Bob. They're pumping iron like it's going out of style. Look at Bob over there. Got muscle between his thumbs and forefingers. But he'll probably drop dead from a heart attack eating all of the grease he eats. I've seen the food smear lard on white bread. Pump some more iron for me. Can you see? That's right. It looks like you ring a church bell. Chester, what's this big thing you got with food, man? A hamburger's a fucking hamburger. That's what you think, young blood. Pull some of that ghetto snot out of your ears and listen up. I got a little brother place in my heart for you because I don't really think you're dumb as the rest of these funky chumps. What's that mean? It means that I don't think you want to spend the rest of your life in jail. Like you? Yeah, be cruel if you want to. Yeah, like me. Sorry, man. I didn't mean. Ain't no big fan. Daily, with practically nothing to do but talk and pump a little iron, Chester rapped, and Bob began to listen.
Wow. Okay.
Most of the brothers and the Mexicans in here is half crazy from the shit they've been loading their systems up on for years. I don't feel qualified to talk too much about our Latino friends, but I know that what we've been eating since 1619 is fucked up.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
What's the shit with these fast foods in our communities? It's like we don't have time to sit down and eat. Most of us ain't got nothing but time. We ain't got no jobs to rush to. Not even black jobs.
Hello.
Isn't that interesting? The white boy is dead on the go. Phone in the car, ready to go. But you don't see him grabbing these killer burgers and loading up on junk food.
No.
We spend the same money he spends buying synthetic shit that don't do nothing but make you have a craving.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out, young blood. Put enough sugar in your tank and it won't run. You'll think it's running, but it's just an illusion.
This is true.
Everything they push in on our communities is sweet. I think it's a clever way to get us to swallow some bitter shit. I had a couple of junky chumps, not funky chumps, junky chumps. Give me some sweet gin one time. You believe that?
Sweet gin. Okay.
Sweet gin, baby.
Right.
Bob tried to argue the point a few times, but gave up. Chester's logic was tight. I ain't got nothing against eating meat. It's what you're eating in the meat that fucks you up. It's got to be some powerful chemicals they're using to blow a damn cow up to adult size in 4 months. Or is it 3? And I'm not one of these funky chumps who believe that vegetables don't scream and cry when we cut and eat them. It's just a matter of biology. I'd rather kill and eat a tomato, which doesn't have a heart like mine, or a liver, or a dick, than kill a cow.
Gotcha.
Chester ate seafood when it was available, either legally or illegally, and vegetables, undercooked by demand, and only smoked marijuana for his holidays.
Gotcha.
That firewater ain't nothing but some chemicals and bastards and stirred up in a vat. Herb, if a mother earth. Chester L. Simmons was the man who made him understand that white bread wasn't really a wonderful and that he ought to pay the motherland of this.
Yes. Okay.
And I'm going to leave it there.
Okay.
Because that's where it is.
That's midnight.
That is midnight.
All right. And it says, midnight offers a sensitive view inside the soul of a young African-American gangster who is influenced by an older man, a convict, to look into his African side. You may not be what they told you that you are over here when you check out where we came from. And this book can be purchased on Amazon. It's called Midnight. And that's Odie Hawkins with his African shirt getting ready to drum. And the picture was taken by me, Zola Salena-Hawkins. Okay. This was taken directly from the original book called Midnight by Holloway House. And the original Midnight was first, was it 1979? The original one was published in 1979.
I believe
or 1980.
79, 78.
Oh, sorry, 1995.
1995.
Right.
When did they
right.
originally sell the rights to
In 2011.
2011?
Okay. But in the meantime, the website is www.odiehawkins.com. And it's not a long book. So,
But it has long implications, believe me,
yes,
trust
indeed.
me.
And it calls it the Watts Riot, but Cal State Dominguez Hill, my alma mater, it referred to that Watts Riot as the Watts Rebellion.
Yeah, it was a rebellion.
More so.
People were tired of being mistreated.
And so, thank you for reading. He doesn't often read the books, but he was kind enough to read today, and we hope you enjoyed it. All right?
Trust me, you will.
Yes.
When Zola says,
It's
hope you find it, she knows what she's talking about.
really good. All right. With that, our website, www.odiehawkins.com. So, why not get a Odie Hawkins book for the holiday?
Okay, let me go back and do what has to be done to let you know that this is out there.
All right, stay healthy, exercise, meditate, and be the best person you possibly can be.
Try to be wonderful.
Try to be wonderful.
Try to be wonderful.